Welcome to another episode of Epique Life, where I interview agents who are here at Epique Realty and they are living the life that at the brokerage that has really changed our lives in so many different ways. So today I'm so excited to interview Jill Lutz, our area leader director, and so many more other things, Jill, that I could call you about
Right.
with all of the leadership roles and everything that you do. We're so grateful for you, and thank you so much for having this talk with me today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I love getting to talk about Epic to anyone and everyone. So it's a good day.
It is. It's so fun. All the things that we're doing here, that's why we do these calls because we got to get the word out about how different things are here.
Yeah.
And that's the reason like I want to hear today what you love about Epic, how it's changed your life and all these different things. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions and we'll
Sure.
get started and dig in. So my first question is, how has the Epic community influenced your mindset, your goals, and or your confidence as an agent?
So I would say I remember back, real estate was my second career. But my background is in that training and development. So I remember starting out at a brick and mortar where I didn't know what I didn't know. And no one
Mm.
was really willing to step in and truly help. I'd ask some of the agents, and it became this like they were afraid you were going to like take the secret sauce, is the only
Yes.
thing I can describe it as.
Yeah.
So I'd ask, like, how do I do this? And yeah, I had a few people who were helpful, but it was really, I always tell people the story. I remember my very first day of floor time, back when you had floor time, and having walked into my office and thinking, please don't let the phone ring because I don't know what to do. No one had taught me how to search for houses.
Oh,
So I felt so alone and everything else. So fast forward through my career in real estate and then going into running teams and everything else, making sure that wasn't happening for people. But really, once I came over to Epic, it was seeing that like I wasn't the only one thinking like that's weird that people don't want to help you. If anything, it became more about this whole community, didn't matter where you were from, everybody wanted to help.
yeah.
It wasn't, there was no secret sauce. It was like, here it is. Go ahead. Like, you don't need
Well,
to reproduce. We can just do this.
yeah, and I think that back then, because I've had my license for 24 years too, and same exact story. Like wasn't trained on anything. It's like throw you into
No.
the fire, there you go. And I remember walking the halls of one of my former brokerages and the doors all being closed. And they even had signs
Yeah.
on the doors that say, do not disturb. And it's like
Yep.
closed door policy. And I think that it's really important to say that really is a lack and fear-based mindset. That is the
Yes.
fear-based scarcity mindset that there's not enough. And one of the things I love about that we all love about Epic is our abundance mindset. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I mean, I totally get that. And then what about leadership? Like our leadership here. Tell us a little bit about that and your thoughts on our leadership community.
Well, first of all, some of the best in the industry is the first thing I'll say to you. I will tell anyone who ever asks, I am blessed to get to do what I do every day and work with the leaders that we have. And for me, it's more, these are people that just want to watch people succeed. I mean, they don't want to just sit in their office. They want to create community. They want to create culture. And they are our local community experts, and they're the ones who are out there getting it done anyway. So that to start with, having that as the base
Yeah,
was a huge piece to be able
yeah.
to say, okay, there are people who I would say in leadership, I can't teach you to care, but I don't have to teach these people how to care. If anything, they give so much every day. in the little things that just go unnoticed even.
Yeah.
So for
And
me,
that,
I think that's the big piece that I love the
yeah.
most about them.
Yeah, that is, and that's from the top up. Like Janice, Josh, and
Correct.
Chris are always, I mean, I just can't believe how easy it is for me to get a hold of them to say,
Yeah.
hey, if we have a problem here, like they want to help. They truly want to help. And, just even the little things like a little
Yeah.
gift or something, we've been here, we're both like been here since almost day
Right.
one.
I
So
was like, we're down in the low numbers
I'm
there.
I get that we've grown a lot, but
Yeah.
still, what happens up here is what gets passed down through our leadership levels. And
Yeah.
yeah. Well, let me ask you, what is your favorite benefit at Epic?
Well, I think I'd be crazy if I didn't tell you that it was area leaders in the mentorship. But I will say, I love all of them. I
Yeah.
think that each one brings their piece to the puzzle to make an agent's life better and continually making it easier for them to do the job. But to me, the mentors, as we said, those are the people that are really there and creating. And from my side, the getting to be part of building a legacy, not just
Mhm.
for this group of agents that are already here, but I think about all those agents that are to come 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road. And in building that legacy and taking what Janice really started to create with the Area Leader program and being able to build that even more. So for me, I think that's the number one thing we can
Yeah.
do. But then just to watch them getting to interact with whether it be a brand new agent or an agent who's been doing it for 20 years. Everybody wants to keep growing and learning from each other and to watch the friendships that have been created from one
Yeah.
coast to the other.
I know.
That's I look now and I say I have family around the country, because of the way that everybody just embraces each other. So
Exactly. I love it. And it's my favorite benefit too. And it's literally the reason why I came to Epic was
yeah,
because I saw that area leader role and I knew that was going to be game changer for our industry. And
yeah,
it has been. It truly has. Is it always perfect? No, it's not always perfect.
but
But what is, especially when you're building? But one of the things I love about Epic is that they lean on us for our help to build it in a way that is best for the agents. And so
yeah,
when we have changes, we get on the phone and we you and I meet weekly along with
yes.
Sylvia Dana. I meet with my content team, you're meeting with your leaders. Like we are
But
constantly all behind the scenes trying to make Epic the best that it could possibly be. And I think we've done a pretty good job.
I would agree. Between the regional teams, the state leaders that have now been put in
Yes.
place, I mean, just every day we're looking at how do we get more accessible to the agents instead of less accessible to
Yeah.
them. That's really to me the big thing that, even as we grow, we're recognizing we don't want to become, in the ivory tower, but boots
Yeah.
on the ground in taking care of people.
Well, and you just implemented something new this year, and that's the regional events. Tell me how that
Yes.
came to be. How did you guys put that together and why?
So we started looking and saying, you know what? We love the vibe that happens at PowerCon, at shareholders, and even, our leadership retreat. I don't think that you can explain how much energy is in the room to someone who hasn't been there.
Yeah.
But I also recognize that not every agent can afford to do that. I mean, to do the one big national, even though we are paying for their ticket costs and everything else, they in their mind think I can't afford to do that. So we wanted it to be more back in line with the area leader program where it was a local thing.
I
So we
love it.
have our Midwest, our East, our Central, and our West Coast will each be doing one of those. And it's where the big events kind of talk global. This is also bringing us into how do they build their sphere? How do they, work the leads? How do they grow their network in their neighborhoods? So a little bit more hands-on type trainings with it too. But we just saw that need that we wanted to really make sure we were pouring back into the agents more than just 2 times a year. By getting really involved at least once a quarter in a different region. So hopefully we'll keep growing those where, it's
I'm
a monthly thing.
excited. I've never
Yes.
traveled so much in my entire life as I have in the last 3 years.
It is, I would say I do have FOMO
Yeah.
on things, that, there's always an event, there's always a way for us to connect with people in this company. And I love that for us. But I also recognize that, a new agent who's just starting out, we got to get to them
Yes.
instead of
And we
us,
do.
yeah,
We do because of our area leader program. We get to them within 24 hours
correct. Yep, they've
and
got to
we
be,
answer all their questions. There's no more of that.
yes.
I don't know how to open a door. I don't know what to do. We don't have that.
Yeah. Well, and now we're taking on even those that haven't been licensed yet,
Yeah.
those that want to become licensed. We have 12 people going through right now that received a scholarship from the company to get their pre-licensing classes done. Not only are they getting their classes paid for and help with that process, they have a coach who is helping them on the national level for that portion of the testing, but then they've been paired with that state leader who is a broker also, to be able to learn what they need to about their states. So from the very first moment of I want to follow in my mom's footsteps as an agent, I've watched her do this all the way through to I've seen my brother do this, and wanting to grow in those roles. We're finding ways to make that connection for them. So I love that piece of it
I
also
do too.
because we're gonna just build the next
And then
generation.
we have our new Epic Amp where
Yeah,
they could go through that. Like we have the best training I've ever seen. And I have been at
yeah,
a couple of great brokerages and
same
nothing
here.
bad about them, but just this is futuristic. This is next level. This is where we're going with technology and with everything in the future and AI. Like we have to have a guide. And I love our guides. Our guides are amazing that help us build our businesses. One of the things I'm really excited about for the people that are getting the scholarship and going through that, like they're going to learn from the very beginning what it's like to be an entrepreneur versus being an employee. And I think
Yes.
that's one of the biggest pieces that agents miss all the time is they do this and they're like, I got my
Yeah.
real estate license. Now what? And but it's
Yeah.
really you get to create it. Like you get to create the business that you want. And I love
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah. I mean, because for me, I came from a corporate America background,
yeah.
where, I was doing training in that Fortune 500 kind of sphere of things. So I didn't know. I thought I knew. I had run multiple businesses, but really and truly to be able to have someone there to coach me through, like, how do I set aside for my taxes? How do I start branding myself? How do I do all the things that you have to think about? And those are the things we're kind of trying to help guide them all the way through in that first year, knowing that the numbers always have us saying that the first 3 years are the hardest in this industry to be successful.
Yeah.
The fallout is so high in those
Yeah.
first few years. So knowing that we're giving people the ability to really make this choice and the freedom to get to build for themselves and their families is just amazing.
It is. It's all good. It's so good. I can't stop smiling. Like every time
I
I
know.
videos, I'm like, I just count my blessings so often. I was talking to a friend a couple days ago who hates their job. Like they go to a job and they just hate it and they sound so miserable. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why do you do that then? And they rely on that paycheck. And we all rely on a
Yeah.
paycheck. We do, but some of us have to work for it to make sure and put a business together, and that's self-employment, and that's just is what it is. But I count my blessings, and you're one of those blessings, Jill. I thank you so
Wow.
much for everything that you do and your heart and everything, just all of it. I'm so happy to be doing business beside you and doing life with you. And that's what I always say about all my Epic partners is I'm just grateful to be doing life with you. So thank you
I
for your time
agree.
today. And anything else you want to add?
I would just say right back at you with that. I am so blessed to get to have all of the people around me that are willing to share and grow in their own spaces to make it better for us. I mean, I think the founders gave us such an amazing platform to start at with things and giving us then also the blessing to just go and create, go and mastermind together. Like you said, you and I talk weekly. That idea of us just being able to say to people, what do you need? And let us go build
Yeah.
is amazing to me. So I'm grateful every day to get to walk life with you and through this journey. That's for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'll see you on the other side.